guys, and welcome back to another one of my videos. It's currently my favorite season ever, fall. And I realized I never have done like a fall video before, so I thought, why not show you my extensive fall TBR, which is right here. Obviously, I have a bunch of books on my fall TBR, like thrillers, fall romances, dark academia books, but these are just some because obviously I know I'm probably not even gonna get through like this whole stack. But I also have some that like I don't own, obviously, so I have some on like my radar, but these are just some that are on my fall TBR, so I thought I would go through them and show you. And if you've read any of them, let me know your thoughts. Give me one of your favorite quotes to convince me to read it. Okay, but yeah, anyways, let's get into it. Take a shot every time I say anyways. I need to stop. What's another word that I can use? Also, there's my dog in the back. But okay, so I started Twilight in last year, last year around like October, and I wanted to continue the series. So I have New Moon. There's so many books, but I love the Twilight movies, and I honestly loved the first Twilight, the first book in the Twilight series, Book Edward. Where was he in the movie? Because I did not see Book Edward at all in the movies. But yeah, so this is New Moon, and I'm pretty sure this is the one where he leaves and we just get Bella being extra depressed. So that's what also has been like putting me off of like continuing this. It's just because this is what, like, the second movie. So I'm just like, I don't know if I want to read that. But yeah, I will get to it. I will, because I want to complete the Twilight series. Because if you have not read Twilight, because you're like, oh, like the movies were like good, but like they were like cringy, read the book. Read the book, because Book Edward had me giggling my ass off. Like genuinely, like he was so funny. Then we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I got this book years ago, and it's been on my TBR for years, but it's very thick, and I love a good dark academia. Also, look at that. Like, such small words. But I've been wanting to read this for years, and I just, like, I need to. Like, this fall feels like it's my year to read this, okay? It feels like it. I don't know much about it besides Yale. Why'd you drop out of Yale? That's how it goes. And I think it's about like a bunch of rich people, rivals. Academic. I feel like dark academia. Well, yeah, no shit. Dark academia is like academic. I'm a little slow sometimes. But anyway, so I have that. Then we have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I actually am on page 136, so scene 9. I started this I think like last year. I don't know, it's on my GoodReads. But I've been like taking breaks from this book because I'm not a Shakespeare person. I only really studied Romeo and Juliet in like my freshman year of high school. That was the only Shakespeare I've read, and I don't know much about Shakespeare. And this book, it makes me feel a little dumb. It makes me feel a little dumb. And I also like have like bad like reading comprehension issues, and reading this where they talk in Shakespearean, it's a little hard to process. But I know I just need to like sit down and like finish reading it. Like I know, because it's so good, and like the story is so good, and like I want to see what happens, and I want to know what happens. And I know like so many people read this like 5 stars, and I just like, I love it from what I read. Like I definitely can see like this being like a 5-star book for me, because I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the dark academia, the murder mystery. Like I'm obsessed with the then and now timelines. But it's just, it makes me feel a little dumbass sometimes, okay? Okay, it makes me feel a little stupid. Also, that's my wire. Let's just like, does that look better? Hold on, I flipped that around so that looks better. But yeah, that's the Arthur TV just came out in me. Sorry about that. But yeah, I just like, I do love this book. I just need to like sit down and read it. But it's perfect vibes, and it's been raining so much lately, and I'm just like, you know, it is time to read you. It is time to read you. I also really want to read The Secret History too, because I know those books are kind of alike. But yeah, then we have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Guys, this has been on my TBR since I first started reading. Well, since I first started getting back into reading. I need to read it because it has everything I like. It has a like boarding school or like an academy. It's a murder mystery, I'm pretty sure. Look, a riddle, time for fun, should we use a rope or a gun, like that? Like, what do you mean? And I've seen like Pinterest boards for the characters, and I'm like, why haven't I read this? I have this, and then I have the second book in the series. I think there's like 3 or 4. I don't really know, but I know I need to read it. I know, like it's been on my TBR for years. But yeah, I need to. And it has a map, okay. And I love like boarding school type like books where they're set in like boarding schools and like add a murder mystery to it. I'm all over that. Look at Milo. But yeah, and the covers are so cute. So yeah, then we have Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. It's Olivia, right? Or Olivia, I don't know. Anyways, the cover is just so cute. I got this like last year around the time it came out because I went to Barnes and I saw it and I was like, I need it. I don't know what it's about. Oh, I do know actually. It's about a vampire and a medium. Like, that sounds so interesting. I also do want to read the Atlas 6. I was gonna put it on this list, but then I was like, I don't know, it's Dark Academia too. I just feel like Dark Academia, like, you have to read that in the fall. But yeah, it just sounds so good, like a vampire. I love vampires. But she's the FMC is the vampire. And the guy is the medium. Like, usually it's the opposite. But yeah, and it sounds like really cute. Oh, did I just see a picture? Why did I just get really... I love like art in books. Wait. Oh yeah, there is pictures. Okay, but yeah. I also, off topic, but when I got, was it last year or was it like 2 years ago? I don't know. Whenever this came out, I like went to Barnes & Noble's because I was coming back from the shore and my cousin had to use the bathroom. Or was it me? Someone had to use the bathroom. And we stopped at Barnes & Noble's. And she went to the bathroom. I was looking around and I saw this and I was like, there's no, like, it's calling to me. It's calling to me. Also, I love the green and purple together. And I actually only paid like $5 for this book because I had like money off from my Barnes & Noble's like rewards card thingy. And I was like, this just made that book even 10 times better. But yeah, it's time to read it. It's time to read it. Now we have Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Maher. Again, all of these books have been on my TBR for so long. I like everything about this book sounds like right up my alley. Like, it sounds like I would love this. Like, can I sign up to be Assistant to the Villain? How do I get there? How do I become there? Also, I am sad I never got the like sprayed edges edition. I don't care how overused sprayed edges are. I love them. I absolutely love them. Also, it's like a big and floppy book. But yeah, I don't have the second book, but I know there is a second book after it. I think there's only 2. I don't know. But yeah, it sounds like something I would love. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Then we have Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I'm so bad at names. Nevessa Allen. Yeah. Anyways. Guys, it's a dark romance. He's a serial killer and a stalker, and he stalks her. And there's, like, it's funny. Genuinely, I think she, like, from what I've heard, I think she's, like, a TikToker or something. And she, like, posts about liking, like, dark romance and, like, stuff like that. And he, like, finds her. Or is this, wait. Or am I thinking of something else? Anyways, but he's obsessed. Sign me up. Genuinely, all you had to say is dark romance, stalker, he's totally obsessed with her. Give it to me now. And it's time I read this. It genuinely is time I read this. I also heard the audiobook is really, the audiobook is really good. So maybe I'll listen to it. I don't know. But Then we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Look, I got like the special like Barnes and Nobles like edition, and it's just so pretty. I have heard such mixed reviews about this book, but honestly it sounds interesting and I feel like I would enjoy it. And I like the whole like premise where like she made a deal, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how exactly it started, but she gets like have to live forever, but once somebody meets her, they forget about her right away. And then she meets this guy who remembers her, and she's like, excuse me? And I think they fall in love. Don't quote me. But it just like, and it's so pretty. Like, I love that like look, like where the pages are like all like that. But the only thing that scares me is that people say it's really slow. Like, it's really slow. And I don't know. I just like, sometimes I like slow books, but other times I don't. So I just you need to be in a mood. You need to be in the mood to read this. And yeah, anyways, so there's that. Now this portion, hold on. Now this portion is books that I will be mainly like reading from, because like this is my like fall books that I need to get through. So this is like books that I will be picking out through like the next couple months. Also, I'm that weird person who loves to read like fall books in the summer, and who loves to read summer books in the winter, and who loves to read Christmas books in the summer, and Christmas books in October, and like Halloween books in October. Like, I don't care. I just love it. Are the vibes like there? No, but it just is because I love fall, and sometimes I need a fall book when I'm like getting really sad about it being summer. I need a fall book sometimes. But yeah, anyways, I got this last year in Sleepy Hollow, New York, because I went there for the first time. So fun. I want to go back this year. But I got The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories. I'm guessing it's by Washington Irvin. It's Penguin Classics. The only thing I know about Penguin Classics is Jack Edwards has a bunch of them. But I just like love the Sleepy Hollow, the Headless Horseman like tale, and I just love like stories like that. And I just like have been wanting to read this for a while. But also look at that, like that's how the book is. So maybe next time this year, I think I'm gonna wait till October to go. But next time I go back to Sleepy Hollow, I think I'm gonna bring this, and I think I'm gonna read it in Sleepy Hollow. But yeah, so that's also kind of what I'm saving this book for. But imagine just reading this in Sleepy Hollow, like yeah. Anyways, then I have In These Hollowed Halls. It's a dark academia anthology. It has I'm just gonna say Olivia Blake. I think that's how it is. ML Rio, Susie Yang, David Bell, and JT Ellison, and many more. I love me an anthology. There's one, and I think it's a dark romance anthology that has Rena Kent in it. I've been trying ages to find it, but it's always sold out on Amazon, and I don't think you can get it in Barnes and Nobles. I don't know, and I don't know if it's on Kindle Unlimited, but I've been waiting ages. But yeah, so I have this one. Okay, it says a bequilling sinister collection of 12 dark academia short stories from masters of the genre. So I'm excited. And then it has the definition of dark academia in English on the back. But yeah, I don't even remember getting this, honestly. Sometimes I black out. Can you hear my dog digging? But yeah, it sounds good, and yeah, just dark academia is like the vibe for fall and October. Then we have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. The cover is not only so cute, but you also have a witch and a demon. I love me a good demon romance. Sign me up to any demon romance. I am there. But yeah, and it's fake dating. My favorite trope is fake dating in romance books. I love me a good fake dating. The pining. When you are in love, but you think the other person is in love with someone else, but they're really in love with you. The angst. Sign me up. So I'm just excited. Also, I feel like it's really thick for a romance book. It's like around like 400 pages for a romance book. That's crazy. But yeah, it's so cutesy, and the vibes are strong. The vibes are there. Then we have The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. there's this and the X-Hex. The X-Hex I've actually been wanting to read since it first came out. I don't own it, but I have this one. And yeah, I don't think, are they interconnected? I don't know. So I thought this was like her friend in the X-Hex, but it might not. I could have totally just made that up. I'm not sure. But it's just a cute little like witch. I love me a good witch romance. I would love to be a witch or a vampire. Like, honestly, get me in the Vampire Diaries. And oh my god, I also really want to read Pretty Little Liars and the Vampire Diaries, but I know they're so different from the shows that I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, I think I have one of, or no, my cousin owns the Pretty Little Liars series, and she said I could borrow the books, so maybe I'll start that. But I know how like different they are, and it just scares me. But I do really want to read them. But yeah, anyways, that was my tangent. Those are also there. That's all my like mental. That has a lot of, I'm pretty sure it has a lot of books though, but yeah, my nose is itchy. But yeah, so we have the Kiss Curse. Again, I love a good witchy romance. Genuinely, I've never heard anyone talk about this next book. I remember because a couple years ago when I first started buying books again, I was on Amazon and I genuinely would buy literally any book under $10 because I was like, what a steal. Didn't even care if I've never heard of it before. I was just buying books left and right. And this was one of them. Carnival of Terror by William Joseph. The cover? Okay, sir, what are you doing? Basically, what I think is happening in this is there's a murder and you get 5 point of views, and it's a 5-part novel, and it's basically about what happens to the circus at night. Welcome to the most spectacular, heart-racing, entertaining, and deadliest show you'll ever see. This just sounds like a good like horror book, and I'm excited. I'm excited. And you know, I love me a good like circus twisted tale. Have I ever read one like that? No, but I love me a good one. So yeah, there's that. And it's honestly like, it's kind of short, you know? Anyways, then we have Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper. I don't know what this is about, but it's a rom-com with some revenge, and the cover is just like the cutest little thing ever. So that's all I have to say about this book. Then we have How to Help a Hungry Werewolf by Charlotte Stein. The cover, so cute. I think I also got this. It was either this or the next book I also got from the Sleepy Hollow bookstore. I don't remember exactly. But years ago he betrayed her trust. Rude. Now he's offering her supernatural wonders. What's a witch to do? Another witch romance. I think I have a theme. I also love me a good werewolf romance, guys. Okay? Don't knock it till you try it, okay? Don't knock it till you try it, okay? I also have Bride by Allie Hazelwood on my TBR too. Another witch and werewolf romance. No, that's a vampire. Good vampire. Vampire and werewolf romance. So that's also on my TBR. It's currently on my bookshelf, but I don't feel like getting it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so there's this. The cover looks so cute. But yeah, so we have that. And then we have Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldier. I think Bookshops and Bone Dust is the first book in the series, interconnected series. I don't know, but I think that's like the first book. But I only have this one, and it comes with new bonus prequel story. But yeah, so I love me a good, what are they, ogre, orc? What are they called? They call them in such like different things. But yeah, I love me a good weird romance. Supernatural romance. So yeah, we have that, and I just, yeah. Then this book I actually got for free at one of the libraries in Maryland, one of the bookstores in Maryland, and they said free book, and I didn't see many books that I was like interested in, but this one kind of made me interested. I don't know if I'll read it, maybe ever, but it definitely sounds interesting. So it's called We Love the Nightlife by Rachel Kohler Croft, and it's basically about Locked in a toxic female friendship, two vampires careen towards catastrophe in this dark and dazzling page turner set in Miss London's glittery disco scene. It's set in the late 70s. Never heard anyone talk about this, never seen anything about it. But again, I saw it and it was for free in a bookstore. So I was like, you know what? How can I not take it? And I dealt with my fair share of toxic female friendships. So I feel like this is right up my alley. And throw in some vampires. Yeah, so yeah, we have that. And then the last book is called The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. And the cover is just so cute. I also really like, look how floppy it is. It's like it's the size of a textbook, but like it's so like floppy. This is another one that's been on my TBR for years. Let's not talk about it, okay? But yeah, I don't really know much about it besides it's a book club that hunts vampires, guessing, you know, from that. But yeah, anyways, that was my like some fall TBR that's like on my radar. Obviously, I have a bunch of dark romances that I would love to read in the fall that give like fall vibes, and I also have a bunch of like mysteries that I would love to read, but I didn't want to like pick those out because like I have a lot. Again, like there's so many like more like fall romances that I don't like own that I would also love to read, but I do want to get through like some on my like physical TBR first. But yeah, I've been in the worst book slump this whole entire year. I've read, you'll never believe it, I've read like 16 books. As a girl who the past like couple years I've read like over 100 books every year, what happened to her? What happened to her? I miss her. Where is she? Where'd she go? But like for some reason, I don't know if it's just like my anxiety and depression have been like going crazy, but anytime I like pick up a book, I start getting like really anxious and like panicky because I don't know. I'm just a really anxious person, and I've never had this problem because like reading has like helped me so much through like my depression and stuff. But guys, it won this year. I also have been consuming like only fan fictions this year too, so that could also be it. But we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, and I also yesterday I finished the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, and I feel like that's like a good like fall romance, fall like books. Guys, I started that book in 2022. I just finished it in the big 2025. What the fuck? But yeah, I think that's like a good book, fall book. And I also really want to read Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. That's like all the way up there and I don't feel like getting it, sorry guys. But that's on my like radar. That's like one of the books I want to read like in the near future. But I just like there's so many books and so little time and so much anxiety that I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, so I did get to finish the Zodiac Academy, and then obviously I can finish the, what's it called? Hello? Why am I blanking? If We Were Villains. So there's that. I feel like, I don't know, but I'm just chatting shit right now. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm also sweating ass off right now. But yeah, anyways, I hope you got some like new books to have on your like fall radar. And yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this chaotic video. What am I? I'm just like chatting shit for like 23 minutes. Anyways, bye. I hope you have an amazing fall reading couple months. And yeah, hopefully I can finish this reading vlog and I can get up to you. I've just been in a slump again, so it's taking me a while. But yeah, anyways, I love you all so much, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this. Bye!